Hamburger,
All right,
hamburger.
and we're live. We got a few more kids here.
Oh,
We are on the air.
David's on YouTube right now.
Yeah, I am.
Yep.
Hey, what's up, fam? It's YouTuber.
We are not your family.
It's debatable.
We're like brothers,
Brother?
but closer.
Jordan.
Oh, thanks, Jordan.
Is that a
All right, I had to mute you guys because the talking. So guys, I'm going to show you my screen real quick. And again, if you have questions, you can use them, keeping the chat open, but it's only for questions. If you guys are spamming it, I will remove you. So from this point on, we got to keep it kind of professional here. All right, so I'm going to share my screen so you guys can see what I see. First thing that I want to do is this. Can you guys all see my
Yes.
EDSB screen?
We can see your screen.
You got my EDSB?
Yeah.
All right. Some people still trying to join in.
Whoop.
Bear with me here. All right. So I posted this today. So your quiz today, not super hard. It's only 15 questions. It's multiple choice, which always makes it a little bit easier. You guys can take it during these times. So if you see here, 10 to 10:45. So as soon as we're done with this, I'll have the Socrative room opened up. You can go in and do it. Or if you want to study a little bit more and take it from 12 to 12:45, you can do it then. Or from 2 to 2:45. Let's see here. All right. Do not try to log in during other times. Here's what's going to happen. So if you go in during the 10 to 10:45 Socrative, and you're still in there at 10:50, the room is going to close, which means it's going to kick you out, which means any unanswered questions will be marked wrong. You guys have been asking about school on Monday. There is school for Learning Gate on Monday. The kids in the county had a day off scheduled that was a teacher work day that does not apply to us. So unless they change that, yes, you have school.
Boo.
Yeah, boo.
Yeah.
All right. So when you guys log in, the room code is right there. It's my name, Scott, 8290. You guys all see that? Give me a thumbs up if you see that. Shayna, do you see that? Robbie, Ella,
Yes.
do you see that?
Yes.
Guys, all right. This is the link. When you click on this link, it takes you to this website. So all you do is you put in, whatever it was, 8920. You hit join. Was it 8920 or 8290? Sorry.
Did you get your own test wrong, Mr. Mellum?
Do what? I should get my own?
No, you got your own test wrong.
You got
You
your
failed your
login.
test, Mr. Mellum.
I
You
did.
gotta
Come
read.
on, Mr. Mellum.
You gotta redo 7th grade.
I wrote it and failed it. So when you log in, once I open the
knew that.
room, it's going to ask you to put your name. Please put your full name. So you would put Scott Mellum if it was me taking it, okay? Don't put your nickname. Don't put your student ID. Just put your full name. That way it makes it a lot easier for me to take the grade from the Socrative website and put it into EDSB for you guys.
Okay.
All right, so the
Okay, here we
website is here. The room name is right here. Use your full name. You must finish the quiz during this time. So if you pick the 12 to 12:45 time, why, somebody tell me, why would it be a really bad idea to go on at 12:30?
Because
you might not finish
You
it.
only have 15
Yeah.
minutes.
You would only have 15
Yeah,
minutes
15
until the
minutes.
room shut down. So if you forgot, if you're like eating breakfast or something, oh no, I gotta wait till 2 o'clock. Okay.
Breakfast at 12.
I'm
Yeah.
sorry.
Who eats
I've been
breakfast
eating.
at
I've been
12?
eating breakfast every day around noon. I don't eat till about noon.
I don't
Wow.
eat breakfast.
Sorry.
I just eat beef jerky.
Anyways, if you are in one of these rooms and the time runs out, the room will close, which means any questions that you did not answer get marked as incorrect. Does that make sense? Give me a thumbs up if you understand that.
Thumbs up.
I want to see it from everyone, please. Allie, Joey,
Thumbs up.
thank you, Ella, Sammy Knight, thank you, appreciate it.
Thumbs up.
Okay, are there any questions about how you log in and what you type in? If you have a question, you can either put it in the chat or you can unmute yourself. No questions? Okay. Again, the quiz is 15 questions. I'm going to do another share here. I'm going to bring up the study guide. Actually,
Somebody's yawning.
Me.
Tiredness.
We got 36 people.
yeah, there's a few more people jumping in
Never
late.
It's
mind.
actually
39.
39, Jason. 40 now.
40. Better than Mr. Warner's
43.
classes.
All right. So if you guys look on here, the study guide is right here on the side. Hopefully you guys all knew that. I posted it quite a while ago. When you click on the study guide, it opens up, obviously, and you can download it. And so I'm just going to go through this really quickly. I'm going to point out some things that are actually on the test, and then I'm going to open it up to questions for you guys, things that you want clarified. Guys, give me a thumbs up if you understand.
Thumbs up.
Thumbs up.
Thumbs up. All right.
Thumbs up.
So a few things. There are going to be, I think, 2 out of the 15 questions literally ask you about the difference between Democrats and Republicans. Who can tell me what are some of the biggest differences between those 2 main political parties? Anybody can jump in. You can unmute yourself.
Oh, okay. I got it.
What's
All
the
right.
question?
I got it. No, I got it. Okay,
Robbie,
so
give me one thing that is different between Democrats and Republicans in terms of what they believe.
mostly they think that
Who is they?
Democrats think that the rich should be taxed more and the poor should be taxed less so that they're equal or more equal.
Okay.
And
Yeah, I'm sorry.
Republicans think that taxes, there shouldn't be too much so that every other business that is trying to get money still can get money.
Okay. So Democrats, would you say they tend to support funding of social programs?
Yes.
And what would a social program be?
Maybe like going to measures where like having an to an announcement, or like maybe get everyone to a park or something like that.
Okay.
Like,
well, social programs are things, services that go directly to people. So if you can see my screen here, social services are anything that the government spends money on to give to people, essentially. Healthcare, food assistance, job training for the unemployed, childcare for mothers, that kind of stuff. Democrats tend to favor more spending with that kind of stuff. What is something that maybe the Republican Party might support? I'm going to unmute somebody here. Joey.
Joseph.
Joseph.
Oh,
Are you there?
wait.
What is something that a Republican would be more likely to support than a Democrat?
Less government interference.
In what?
Like businesses or
Yes.
the construction businesses. What else? Like everyday life.
Okay, so they tend to favor less government. Which side would tend to favor less laws about guns?
The Democrats.
Less laws.
Oh,
laws.
less laws. Oh, Republicans.
Yeah, Republicans would tend to favor more gun rights. Which side would favor, I'm going to ask Ella Lemieux. Ella, unmute yourself, kiddo. You there?
I did. Yeah.
Good morning. What side would tend to
morning.
favor government-provided health insurance?
I would think
Democrat or Republican?
Democrats.
Democrat. Very good. So 2 of the questions on your test will literally ask you, what's the difference between these 2 things? Do you guys have any questions about the difference between a Republican and a Democrat in general? This is your chance to ask a question or chime in, or you can put it in the chat.
No.
Nobody?
No.
I'm going to move on if nobody
No.
has a question about it. You guys feel comfortable with those 2 things?
Yeah.
Okay. And
Yeah.
remember, I made you
Pretty
guys,
sure.
the very beginning, you had that that chart that had differences.
Yeah.
Really, the biggest thing they disagree with is like how to run society. They're very different in that term. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
What's a
I
third
need
party?
coffee.
Will somebody chime in? Somebody that we haven't heard from yet. What's a third party?
A third party is a party that's not one of the major 2 parties.
Okay. Can you give me some examples?
Like Green Party,
Communist Party.
Green Party,
Communist Party. There's a Green Party.
Socialist.
Libertarian
Socialist.
Party.
Libertarian.
yeah, Libertarian,
Okay.
Constitution.
So
Isn't
there
there
are a few questions on the quiz
NRA.
that ask you about
Rah.
some of these third parties. It's going to ask you about the party platform. What's a party platform? You guys remember what that is?
Yes.
What is a party platform?
It's basically where they're giving their ideas on something, standing up in front of everyone.
So
and
if you were
telling it
running
to
for
them.
student council, would you have a platform?
Yes.
Yeah, it'd be all the things that Robbie says, hey, this is what I want to do if you guys vote me for class president.
Free ice cream bars for every American in this room.
You'd have my vote, sir.
Thank you.
All right, so I'm just going to go through a few of these. You got the Libertarian Party.
Clap.
The Libertarian Party they're considered a right-wing party. They're sort of allied to the Republicans a little bit. You're going to see their ideas are a little more extreme. Their big thing is right here. They tend to take the position that no government involvement is the best solution to problems. Does that make sense to you guys?
Yes.
They
but
really, really, really don't like it when the government basically sticks its nose in things. They think
Wait.
allowing private individuals and private companies to run society is a better way of organizing. There's debate about whether or not that's true, but that's what they tend to believe. So if you looked at their party platform, it's going to say things like lower taxes. It's going to say things like no government health care. It's going to say things like no government regulation of businesses. They believe in almost total freedom. Does that make sense to you guys?
Yeah, but I have a question.
Yeah. If you guys got
Since-
questions, just throw them out there.
Since Democrats are called liberals sometimes, then why is it called libertarian if it's not?
Well, they're not using, it's not the same word. They're using libertarian as in
liberal.
liberty, as in
Okay.
as in freedom from government intervention.
Got it.
They don't want the government interfering with your life. That's what freedom is. Freedom is
No laws.
yeah, the fewer laws you have, technically, the more freedom you have. Does that make sense?
They got my vote. No
So
laws.
the Libertarian Party would say, the best solution, let companies and private individuals figure it out for themselves. Don't get the government involved. The government tends to mess things up. That would be their stance on just about every issue. Does that make sense to you guys?
Yes.
moving along. The Green Party is kind of like Democrat. They're like super Democrats. If you looked at their party platform, their platform would say that we should be passing higher taxes. We should be you guys make sure you're not spamming the chat or I'll shut it down. And there's somebody who's doing it, so please stop. They would take the the position that the government should be heavily involved in the economy to protect the environment. Okay. What's the Communist Party? What sort of a position would they take on different things? I'm going to unmute our friend. Let's see. No, I don't know. Callie,
Yes.
are you there? Good morning.
Yeah. Good morning.
What sort of a position? What does the Communist Party tend to believe in?
The Republicans, like what the Republicans believe in.
The Communist Party?
I think. Yeah.
No.
No, they're Democrats.
They're considered left wing, but they're way far left wing. Can somebody maybe chip in and help her out? Justin, I see you got your hand up. You can unmute yourself.
The Communist Party believes that everyone should share everything, and there should be like no privately owned businesses.
Yeah. They believe that thank you, Justin, I appreciate it. They believe that the government should own all private property. They believe that essentially the wealthy are evil. They want to take all the wealth from the top and give it to who?
Themselves.
poor.
People.
Give it to the poor. So if you
Robin
look here, who said Robin Hood?
Me. Robert.
That's a good, it's not a perfect analogy, but that's a really good way of thinking about it.
I also gotta leave because my computer's doing this weird thing where it keeps on spamming, so please
Dude,
let
go
me
on
back
your
in.
phone. Go on your phone.
No.
All right, moving
I
along. As far as elections go, remember that there is a process. Keller, can you unmute yourself, buddy? Keller, what is the election before the election called?
Primaries?
Primary, good. And there are two types of primaries. There's a primary, and what's the other kind called where you like stand up and talk?
Caucus.
Caucus, very good. Excellent work, Keller, I appreciate it. So each political party will have a primary where citizens come out and vote for the person that they want that party to nominate for president. Now, there are different types of primary systems. Does anybody know what they are?
Closed and open.
Closed and open.
Semi-closed.
And semi-closed. Maddie, you can unmute yourself, kiddo. Maddie,
Okay.
what's a closed primary?
Shoot, isn't that the one where it's like, I don't know.
We do it here in Florida.
Oh, that's what the voting box is.
Kind of. A closed primary would be, I have to register with a political party, and then what? Do you know? Here, let's
No.
somebody jump in and help her out.
Don't you vote for like your political party and you can't vote for the other political party?
Who was that?
Callie.
Callie, excellent. Good job. In a closed primary, which Florida is, if you're a registered Democrat, you can only vote in the Democratic primary. If you're a Republican or registered Republican, you can only vote in the Republican primary. What would be maybe the downside to that? What would be an argument that would say that's not a good way of doing it?
People that
Like independent.
What are you
What if a
asking?
Republican?
Anybody
What
can
if
chime in.
Because like people like Republicans, they could like be Republicans, but then they could see like a really good Democratic, and they could be like,
Or
oh,
vice
that
versa.
guy's, yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
And
so-
also the independents.
But what happens to people who are not aligned with any political party, Jason?
Then they can't do in any primary.
They can't vote in any primary whatsoever.
When do the independents get to vote in
Is that
a
Ella?
primary? Yes.
Yeah, in the general election. So
Oh, okay.
the general election is what you think of when you have the presidential election. So Ella,
Yeah.
if you're registered as an independent, when
Mhm.
Florida is doing all their primaries, unfortunately, they don't let you vote.
Okay.
That's one of the downsides to being in a closed primary state. Does that make sense?
Okay. Yes.
What would an open primary be like?
Oh,
Anybody can vote in anything.
yeah.
Yeah, so
can
anybody
vote
can
whoever they
vote
want.
in any political primary.
Yes.
And then understand the process. You have the primaries, and then
Yes.
what's the big election called?
The election.
The election. Actually, let me back up. After the primary, each political party will have a giant party where they announce their candidate. Does anybody know what that's called?
Convention.
It's called a
Convention. They have a
convention.
national convention, and then these people they're special people who actually choose the candidate. Does anybody know what they're called?
They're
It starts
called
with D.
delegates.
They're called delegates. Excellent. So you have the primary, people go out and vote. You then have the delegates cast their votes, and then you have the party convention, which is the political party will say, here's our person. And then you have the general election, which is, when is the general election?
November 14th.
That's actually my birthday.
Oh, happy birthday.
It's not November birthday. It's actually my wife's birthday today.
Oh, happy birthday to her.
Happy birthday.
She's on the back porch, can't wait. Anyways, any questions about how the elections happen? Pretty self-explanatory.
Yes.
And the other thing is these political action committees. What is a PAC? What is a political action committee? I want to hear from somebody we haven't heard from yet. Lily, are you there? Lily?
She don't want to talk.
No, she's not there. Bo? You there, Bo?
Yes.
What's a political action committee or PAC? It's on the screen. Look at the second bullet point.
They help candidates get elected.
Okay, good. So these are groups. They're privately owned, privately run, and they raise money. If you guys look here, they raise money. The big thing that they do, they run television advertisements. They run internet advertisements. They run radio advertisements, usually attacking their opponent. Now, do you really know who owns or runs these political action committees?
Yeah,
No.
isn't it the
No, you don't.
Expensive business.
A lot of times
don't
they're large
know, but
corporations. Sometimes they're very wealthy. You really don't know.
Mike
Do they
Bloomberg.
influence the election a lot?
Yes.
Yeah. Their biggest thing, guys, you see it all the time. What do you see on TV, especially as it gets closer to November?
Oh,
Wait,
Mike
what time in
Bloomberg.
November?
You see ads.
Political ads.
Have you guys seen the one that's running right now with, it has all these quotes from Donald Trump where he
No.
is about the coronavirus, where he's saying,
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah,
It's
I've seen
annoying.
that
one.
okay, who's running that
It's a
commercial?
Chinese disease, even though it doesn't
don't-
have any ethnicity. It's not racist. It comes from
Is it?
China.
Right. So you're seeing these commercials already, and you're going to see some from the other side. Usually it's these political action committees that are funding them. How much money can a political action committee dump into an election?
Unlimited
Any
amount.
amount.
The last election
Unlimited.
between Clinton and Trump, the two candidates alone spent over $1.5 billion.
Whoa.
Just on billboards, T-shirts, bumper stickers, advertisements, all that kind of stuff.
It's me, Hillary, chilling in Cedar Rapids.
Now, there is something a little bit different. A special interest group, which you guys see here, is not the same thing as a PAC, although they're very interesting or very similar. What would be an example of a special interest group? And what do they tend to focus on?
Oh, I know.
Go ahead, go for it.
Like, is the question like
NRA.
One of them? Yeah, because I was gonna say the NRA.
Okay, and so what is their whole focus? What's the one thing that they're concerned about?
Guns.
Your
Protecting our
Second Amendment
guns.
rights to a gun.
Guns.
So what sort of
Any
things
arm.
might they, so Jason, you answered that, you jumped in there. Jason, what sort of things what sort of things might the NRA be opposed to?
Gun laws.
Closing down
stricter
weapon
gun
shops.
I'm sorry, Jason.
Closing down weapon shops to the
Okay, so
coronavirus.
Yeah,
if a
Stuff like that.
Democrat tried to pass a law
Yeah.
that shut down gun shops, would the NRA start running maybe ads on TV attacking that person?
Kind of, but
Not just
I
kind
also
of,
know that.
most definitely they would.
Yeah,
There
I
again,
also remember seeing that they sued New York for closing gun stores. or
yeah, so
weapons.
they really they focus on a lot of issues or just really one?
Mainly one.
Mainly
But-
one. That's kind of their main thing. So the big thing about these PACs and these special interest groups, they influence elections. And the biggest thing that they really do is they run television advertisements and they spend money. They also do something called lobbying. Maybe somebody we haven't heard from yet. What is lobbying or a lobbyist? Paige, are you there?
No.
You're not there. Good. Paige, what's it mean to lobby somebody, or what is a lobbyist?
Gosh, that's the one I didn't know. Lobbying, I believe,
It's on the
is
screen.
I'll give you a hint. Look right
Jason,
here.
chill. Good lord.
okay. A tactic used by special interest groups to get a politician
Robbie.
to pass the laws that they want by giving gifts. Do I need to read all?
Sure.
Lobby Robbie.
Promising support and in election running ads against their opponent, etc., etc. In return, the special interest group will want certain laws passed that benefit them.
Okay, so a
Robbie.
lobbyist, thank you, Paige, I appreciate it. A lobbyist is a person who is hired by political action committees or special interest groups. They go to Washington, D.C., they meet with a congressman, they meet with the president, and they try to influence them by saying, hey, we'll give you money, we'll run ads for you, but you need to do what we want. And the last time that we met, we actually looked at a bunch of political cartoons. On your quiz today, there is a political cartoon that you're going to have to analyze that's very similar to the other ones that you did. The other thing that you're going to have is this evaluating candidate stuff, which, why is that not on here? We talked about that quite a bit too. There is a PowerPoint. Can you guys see my thing up here? What are some things that you guys look for in terms of a candidate? What are things that would make somebody vote for somebody over somebody else?
How much political experience they have?
Okay, how much political experience they have. What else?
Confidence.
Yes.
Yeah, how confident do they sound when they get up and they're not shy, right?
Yeah.
What
People
else?
skills.
Education.
What they believe in. Education.
Everything.
How about
Communication.
something like how much they've worked in the community?
Yes.
Like they've done a lot of
If
volunteer
they're just
work.
in general a good person.
Those are the things. So guys, these are the things that are going to be on the quiz. Again, it's only 15 questions. So go over the study guide. At this point, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to stop talking. I'm going to stop the screen share here. You guys should be able to see me. I'm going to stop there, but if you have questions, this is your chance to ask me before you go in and take the quiz.
Yes.
Do you guys have any questions about anything that we've talked about for the last 2 weeks?
I have a couple questions.
Yeah, ask away.
Okay. One. Oh wait, no. Oh yeah. Okay. Do we have an assignment today?
No assignment. Your assignment is to take the quiz.
Yes.
Okay. And then 2, our test is just basically based on the primaries, caucuses, the
So-
social.
Yeah, so the political parties, really Republicans versus Democrat, what a political platform is, third parties, the election process, like what open primary, closed primary, what makes a candidate a good candidate or not a good candidate, and then the whole campaign finance, people spending money, lobbying, that kind of stuff.
Okay, and then
All
that's
right.
it.
That's it. It's 15 questions and it's all multiple choice.
Okay.
I know.
I like those odds.
Other questions, guys?
Have a good day, Mr. Mellum.
Can I be Lobby Robbie?
If you don't have questions, you're free to go.
You spin
Bye,
me
Mr.
round.
Mellum. Bye, Mr. Mellum. Bye, Mr.
Hey, have a good one,
Bye,
buddy.
Mr. Mellum.